everybody, it's me, SIRrackerby. Today we're going to discuss a RAZER's Leviathan version 2 speaker system that I purchased. It's a 7.1 surround sound soundbar and subwoofer. I say 7.1 in quotes, we'll talk about that. But it's aesthetically pleasing. It looks solidly built. I have some complaints, but we'll talk about that in the video. But let's get into it. We're gonna unbox this, then we're gonna talk about it and kind of see if it's worth a buy or not. All right, let's go. Okay, so a quick little breakdown of the size and weight of the product. You're looking at about 3 pounds for the soundbar, 6.6 pounds for the subwoofer. With the cords and everything, you're looking at about close to 10 pounds. And the dimensions of the soundbar, you're looking at 19.7 by 3.6 by 3.3 inches. And the subwoofer's 8.67 inches by 8.67 inches by 9.5 inches. So this is a 7.1 surround sound system. It's a multi-gaming driver sound system. It has 5.2 Bluetooth connectivity, it has RGB lighting, and it has THX audio software built into it. All right, so the speaker specs. This speaker has a range of 45 hertz to 20,000 hertz, and it has full range drivers, 2 of them. They're 4-inch or 48 by 95 millimeters. Then we have 2 tweeter drivers, 20 millimeter passives. We have the 2 radiator drivers, which are 43 by 135 millimeters. And then we have a downward firing subwoofer. It's 140 millimeters. Now, my first concern and my really biggest concern with this speaker system is that it says it's a 7.1 surround sound speaker. A 7.1 surround sound speaker means that you have your normal left and right stereo speakers, and then you have your 2 sides, and then you have the 2 in the back, and then you have your center speaker, right? Well, this is just the center speaker, and it has the left and the right channels, and then they add tweeters and all that other stuff to it. I mean, it's nice and it helps the sound quality and stuff, but it's not a true 7.1 surround sound system. It's a 2.1 surround sound system because it only has the left and right speaker, and then the one is the sub. So that's my biggest concern, is I feel like the advertising is a little farce, a little off. Now with the THX audio, the spatial surround sound, I'm thinking that's what they're trying to get at, is it sounds like 7.1, but it's kind of virtual, which is kind of like your headphones do. You get a lot of like Turtle Beaches and stuff where they give you the adapters and stuff, so when you listen, it sounds like it's 7.1 or 5.1 surround sound, but it's really not. It's more of a virtual. So I mean, it still sounds good, but it's not like the best quality. It's not what you could get if you got an actual 7.1 surround sound or 5.1 surround sound system. Now, granted, this is for a PC, so you're not going to normally have all the speakers set up. Most people aren't going to have a whole bunch of room in their PC area to put all these speakers everywhere. So it's kind of a nice little substitute for it. But again, I think the advertisement's a little off. So that's just my 2 cents. RAZER's Leviathan V2 or version 2's subwoofer. It's a 65 watt subwoofer. It's downward firing. It's a decent subwoofer. To me, it's a little underwhelming. I feel like when I'm playing certain games and the bass is going and stuff, I just don't feel it as much. You know, I don't feel the vibration. I don't hear it as much. And again, it's not a $500+ system or whatever, you know, speaker system. So I get it. I just feel like the subwoofer is just a little underwhelming. It's nice. It's compact. It fits under the desk nicely. It's better than not having one, but I feel like they could have done maybe a little more with it. Again, all the RAZER stuff is always aesthetically pleasing. It all looks nice, clean, well put together. It's just the sound quality for this system so far, I feel like it's a little underwhelming for what I paid. $250 plus tax. I feel like maybe I should have spent $200, maybe a little less on this, but that's my opinion on that. All right, guys. So I took off the background blur so you can see this, but here we have our input buttons. We have the increase volume, decrease, power, Bluetooth, and then we have our source button. So they're all nice. They feel nice. They click fairly well. So then in the back here, we have more. This is the subwoofer connectivity. It's like a 2-prong little connector. Then we have our C-type PC connection. Then we have our power. That's what it looks like. Got it zoomed in now. But those are the connections. Now the feet are also interchangeable. So right now I have the angled ones on, and they just slide right out, kind of like there's little like notches in there, whatever they slip into, and it holds it really nicely. And you can just put in, these are the flat ones. So you can see the difference in angle. Then if you don't like any feet, you want it lower, you can just use the two little rubber nodes they have here as your third set. So you have three different options for how you want to set it up or have it sitting on your desk. Personally, I use the angled ones because it sets it up and points it kind of in my direction over my keyboard and other items on my desk. So one of the cool aesthetic features to this speaker is the lighting. You have 18 built-in lights and the little LED or built-in strip underneath the speaker. They're independent of each other, so you can customize each one of those lights. And they sync up with other lights through Razer or programs that work with RAZER Synapse. So let's jump into Synapse and check out the lighting, as well as some of the other functions that Synapse can perform with this speaker, such as the audio and the different audio level settings. All right, guys, so here's RAZER's Synapse program. You have all your little devices here, and you have some of your other icons that lead you to register your device or the Chroma Studio. But today we're going to just focus on the Leviathan speaker and its settings. So we have the sound and lighting settings. In the sound, we have a profile. Mine's set up as SIRackerby. You can name yours whatever, but you can have multiple profiles in here. You can click on these little dots here to edit, duplicate, rename, etc. You have stereo, or you can set it to THX spatial audio. You can turn your volume off or on. You can adjust it, the volume, it'll adjust as so. You also have a little volume mixer. You can click this, it just pulls up the volume mixer from your computer so you can adjust your sound a little bit more. Then it has center focus. It says center focus, it directs the soundstage towards the user for more immersion. It works best with multi-channel audio content. So certain games, movies, etc. that have 5.7.1 surround sound, it'll help you out. Then we have the source change device. Remember the button I was showing you, the source button earlier? Well, this is where you can click that button, hold it for a few seconds, and it'll switch over to a different source. So if I'm listening to my speakers and then I need to keep it down, kids, whatever is going on in the background, I can put my headphones on, click that source button, and I'll go from my speakers to my headphones. So that's, you know, whatever you want to do. Then here we have our audio equalizer. This is where we can adjust our audio frequencies more in depthly. It has some preset ones, the game, movie, music, and then your THX. So you can set these however you want, mess around with them, set up a custom. Again, it's whatever you feel like you'd like to do. Then you go over to your lighting, and again, you set up your profile. You have your profiles you can select. And then you can turn the lights off, on. You can adjust the level of the brightness. You can also have the option to select when your screen shuts off, the lights will shut off, or if your screen's off and you want the lights on for effect, you can leave them on. It's whatever you want to do. And then we have our lighting effects. Now it has some quick references. I can go spectrum cycling, breathing, static, wave. I'll show you these a little bit in the Chroma Studio. And then we have our advanced effects. Our advanced effects are where we go to Chroma Studio and we can adjust everything. All right, so here in Synapse, we have all our lighting that we can mess with. Let me get rid of some of these real quick. So here we have the different profiles you can make. Each profile you can save different items, and then you toggle the eyes on and off by clicking on them, and it'll turn off like all these, if I have all the eyes on, all these different settings are going to go, but I can select which ones I want to be visual on the device, so I can have like a multi-layered effect by clicking the eyes and having them shut on and off. So if I turn like this one, it's going to turn off all the little sparkly starlight pattern. If I turn it on, it's going to come back. Down here is where you have your add effects. So if I wanted to, I could set this, and I haven't messed with this one too much, but what it's supposed to do is when you set it to your stuff, when you're playing music, it'll actually go to the level or the audio volumes, or the audio equalizer settings of your music or whatever sound is coming from your games and stuff, which is kind of cool. But then you have all these other settings. You can click them, and then when you click them, you just highlight what it is you want to change, and then you change the colors over here. So you can pick from your spectrum whatever colors you want. It's like almost limitless in the color spectrum. And then you can adjust the speed at which you want it to go: slow, medium, fast. So let's do, since this is the most visual, let's mess with these right here. So if I click this, and let's say I do breathing, and then I select this, we'll put that to sleep. I'm gonna go here, go get rid of that, get rid of that. All right, click breathing here. We'll select what we want to breathe, pick our colors, red, green. Now it's going to show you a preview of what it'll look like. And then you can go fast or slow, and you can set it to random, on press, or whatever. If you select a key, so you'll hit the keyboard and it'll start activating it there. You can also do a ripple effect. So if I click ripple here, get rid of that, I'll highlight all this. I'll select ripple first. So you'll choose down here, make sure that it's selected up here, highlight it, pick your color. So you can pick these. We'll just, I don't want to do that. People seem to like that. And then as you see, it ripples. You can select the speed at which it ripples. You can do it on press. So if I click my mouse key, boop, it starts in there. Now I gotta highlight everything again. Or I can set it to slower too. So when I click, it's super slow. And then it goes out. Pretty cool. But there's a lot of different options. You know, you can go through all these. I'll show you a picture of what the lights look like on the speaker in a second, so you can get an idea of what it looks like. But I just wanted to show you kind of what things look like in here. So this is fire. You can see all the little lights will like fluctuate and stuff. And then if you really like it, you save it, and then you can drag and drop it into your file. I'll show you some of the ones I have. You can do, let's do that. So like there's this one here. So it's like a black and green. You could do this one. Same thing, it's kind of pulsating. You can do it with the starlight in it. Well, that wraps it up, guys. I appreciate you watching my video. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you learned something. The product is solid. I just feel like the sound quality could be a little better. The subwoofer could be a little stronger. The 7.1 issue I have with it, where it's saying it's a 7.1 surround sound, is kind of misleading. It is a virtual 7.1 with THX audio, or their spatial audio program. It only has a left and right speaker, so it's 2.1. 2 speakers, 1 subwoofer. The 7.1 is misleading, and it will be misleading to most people, thinking that they're getting the 7.1, when in reality it's not. $250 for the product. I think $200 would be better. I think the extra 50 bucks is a little overboard. The lighting's cool. It looks nice. It feels nice. It's a solidly built product. It's the big purpose of a sound device is the sound, and I feel like the quality is a little lacking. But those are my 2 cents. I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you guys did, please like and subscribe. It helps me out, helps me to continue, and it lets me know if you guys are enjoying it or not. Let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions on an item I should check out, or maybe some improvement that I can make on my channel or in my videos. Again, thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you next time.